Hi, welcome back to West Coast Geeks. I'm your host, Joaquin. How we doing, people? Today's a short little video. It's about challenge ratings. So, whether you're new to D&D or a veteran like myself, challenge ratings can always be difficult. So, first let's start off. What is challenge rating? So, the challenge rating, according to the Dungeon Master's Guide, page 274, Step 1, Expected Challenge Rating. Pick the expected challenge rating, CR, for your monster. Knowing the monster's expected challenge rating will help you figure out the monster's proficiency bonus and other important combat statistics. Don't worry about getting the challenge rating exactly right. You can make adjustments in the later steps. A single monster with a challenge rating equal to the adventurer's level is, by itself, a fair challenge for a group of 4 characters. If the monster is meant to be fought in pairs or groups, its expected challenge rating should be lower than the party's level. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that your monster must have a challenge rating equal to the level of the character to be a worthy challenge. Keep in mind that monsters with a lower challenge rating can be a threat to higher level characters when encountered in groups. So if you're a new DM, you're like, okay, so now what? So I have this setup from the Mines of Pandelver, and this is called the Goblin Ambush. So you have your 4 basic characters. You have a wizard, you have a rogue, you have your dwarf cleric, and your fighter who has a great sword and a long bow. So for me personally, I've always gone by a rule of 3. And the rule of 3 for me is, if I hit you 3 times, can I kill your character? If I can do it in 1 or 2 shots, then I need to rethink about what these monsters are doing against your players. So my background is I played in first edition, so Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and there were a lot of encounters that we had where we just ran away. That doesn't really happen in 5th edition now. The players want to fight their way out of everything, and so you really need to encourage your players to sometimes run away, or when they're starting to lose, always give hints that they can back off. So here's the example in the Mines of Phandelver, which is a great box set for new DMs. The first encounter is the Goblin Ambush. You've been on the Triboar Trail for about half a day. As you come around a bend, you spot 2 dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each has several black feathers sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here, with a steep embankment and dense thickets on each side. And so it says the saddlebags have been looted. Nearby lies an empty leather map case. Now, there are 4 goblins hiding, but basically it's 1 goblin per each character. They let you know, they tell you about the goblin stats. They're in the back of the book. They let the DMs know that they should be familiar with that. They let the DM know that they should have a stealth skill modifier of +6. They also give the rules for to see if anybody's surprised, and then initiative. And then when the time comes for goblins to act, 2 of them rush forward and make their melee attacks, while 2 goblins stay away 30 feet from the party and make their ranged attacks. So, as a DM, you also need to judge or make a quick assessment on the people you're playing with. If you're playing with all veterans who have at least a year or 2 under their belt, then by no means, these are goblins right here. I know all my figures are white, haven't painted them. I would put these in the background like they said, and have them rush out and attack. If they are brand new players, I'll probably do the scenario like they suggest and have two on each side, so each of the characters can deal with their own goblin. If I'm really dealing with veterans, I would have these guys be about, I don't know, 10 to 15 feet away from them, shoot, because they all have bows, and then move back and have the other ones hidden to see if they all go charging as a group, or does like the fighter and the dwarf go in while the thief tries to hide and maybe try to get a sneak attack, and the wizard stays back for support trying to cast spells because the wizard's going to try not to get into combat. Or the other scenario, again, this is for like veterans. I know I'm also talking tactics, but this is the importance of a challenge rating. I have the two shoot, make their moves, and then keep these. No! Yeah, that could be the other thing too. I can have them drop a tree on them. I gotta remember that one. That'd be funny. Not on first level though. That would be cruel. But on higher levels, that's how you could deal with characters with low-level creatures like goblins and kobolds and stuff. This is a deadly encounter. They even mention it in the book where if the characters get knocked unconscious, that the goblins don't go and kill them. On average, it will take at least 3 hits to kill the fighter and the dwarf cleric. If they roll really good, if they get lucky, they can kill the wizard and the halfling thief in 2 shots. The goblins, let me go back to their stats right here, have hit points of 7, and they are +4 to hit, and they do 1d6 +2, but they always say to use 5, but I'd rather roll. It actually gives the players a better chance of not taking 5, but the goblin can get lucky and do some damage. They have scimitars and they have short bows, and the goblins can, for nimble escape, can take the disengage or hide action as a bonus action each of their turns. So they can move and then as a bonus action hide. So as a new DM, you don't want to get too crazy with that because you're not really trying to kill your players. I know Eric has other opinions on that, but you're just trying to make the combat exciting where they can die. So that's challenge rating in the sense of how much damage can they do, how easy it is for them to kill your player characters. And even though the challenge rating here for goblins is 1/4 and you get 50 XP, you can see how deadly these can be to first level characters, especially if your characters maybe they split up or they do different things. When they do that, don't, as a DM, especially if you're new or a veteran, press too much on, let's just say, the wizard and the thief. Maybe they go after them because they're casting spells and the thief's doing some damage. So they're like, forget these 2 guys, let's go after them. When you do tactics like that, some of the players, especially if they're new, they're going to feel like you're picking on them, as opposed to it just being a combat where the situation dictates that occasionally your character gets shot at, or maybe a goblin does charge at your wizard, and then the next round the other 2 characters can come in and kill the goblin who just damaged your wizard. Challenge rating actually goes a little bit beyond that. This is just a simple explanation according to The Mines of Phandelver. It's not exact science. It's you have to build up by experience. Real quick before I end this, if you made it this far, hit the like button. If you enjoyed the comment, if you're enjoying the content, leave a comment below. I'd appreciate a subscription or be a subscriber if you don't want to miss any more videos. Check out my back. I'm doing a lot of videos on Advanced Dungeons and Dragons and the history of that, but now I'm starting to concentrate more on 5e because we're in the 50th anniversary, and 5.5 or 6e, whatever you want to call it, is coming around the corner. So with that, people, I hope this helps you, and I hope this helps new DMs, and I hope this veteran DMs, that can give you some ideas. And just for kicks, make sure next time your group mid-level is fighting goblins, make sure they drop a tree on them, because that'll be funny. All right, with that, people, catch you later.